There we go. Okay. That way, I'm going to record this so that way if I want to have these weekly so that we can check in with each other. And then that way, if you can't hop on, because I know life is super crazy, you can always catch the recording and kind of see if there's anything that people came up with questions or anything that maybe might help you on your journey. So first of all, thank you so much. I am so honored to be able to be your coach, and I'm excited that Jill is able to be here with us too, because she's our other coach that we're working together on my team. I think that we are working with a couple other coaches in the group on the Tracker app. So what you're going to find is there's going to be a few of us that post throughout the week, and all of us have brought our group of people in to work on this challenge. And what Jill and I thought we would do is kind of subset off of that group and have our own little pod so that we can help cheer our people on and share with you our tips and tricks and encourage you and motivate you and let you know that we are here for you 100% of the way. So I thought this call would be really good to kind of help you on your journey, because I think as all of us are doing different things. And so if you looked on the Tracker app today, Aaron Decker, one of the coaches, got on there and did a short video about what we want to do. So I wanted to kind of talk about getting you guys set up right, making sure you're ready to go, what you need to know for the group, and then talk about your guys' goals. I want to talk about your why. I want to talk about hard days, and then we can go over any quick questions. And I promise this won't be very long. So in the group, we're going to kick off on Monday. That's when the group officially starts. So there's a couple things that we need to do as we get you ready for the group. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is take your before pictures. So if you can take them anywhere from now until Sunday evening, and we're going to post in the message thread the best way to do it. But you're going to want to go against a basic wall in your house, and you want to have decent lighting. I always tell people I'll do pictures where maybe I'll put on a pair of leggings and I'll just have my sports bra. If that's uncomfortable, maybe wear a little bit more of a form-fitting shirt if you feel more comfortable that way. I'm okay with that, and I'm sure Jill is too. We want you to feel, the key is we're not judging. Please know we're not judging. I know the first time I took pictures, I was so self-conscious. And sometimes when I still post my transformations, it takes me a little bit to hit post because it's scary. So you want to take one from your full front. You're going to take it from your back so that you'll be all the way behind so that your back is showing, and then your side. So you're actually going to be to the side like this when you're standing. And I would get as much of your body profile as you can. So maybe enlist a family member, a spouse, a friend, anyone that can come and take those. And again, it's not to be embarrassing. It's to just be there to help you 100% of the way. Because in my opinion, pictures are worth 1,000 words. And I think that was something that took me a long time when people are like, holy cow. And sometimes you can see it way more because you've trimmed down, or your body is changing. And then you're going to want to take a picture of the scale. Okay. So you don't have to post those in the thread or on the group. Just send them to your coach. So that way she has you logged in. And then you want to take, it's not required for the group, but I'm suggesting to you that you take measurements, because I find that measurements also speak a ton of words to you, and it's something that you can do. So we'll post information in the message thread about the best way to do that, and a couple pictures that you can utilize and kind of put, but I really just put it in my notes, and I still do it. Every time I start a new program, I'll put my weight, I'll put my measurements, and you're going to do your right arm, your left arm, your bust, your waist, your hips, and both thighs, because whatever program you're doing, you're going to be working on all that. And you want to see the hard work is so fun to see at the very end. So that's what's going to be to get you started. Now, your coach is going to work with you based on what you need to do to log every day. So some of you are doing both workouts and you're doing nutrition. You could be doing the ultimate portion fix. You could be doing 2B. You could be doing something else nutrition-wise and focusing on workouts. You could be doing just nutrition and doing different workouts. Your coach is going to work with you as long as you are logging whatever it is you agreed with your coach every single day. Jill and I will monitor that. That keeps you accountable to the group. So you're going to send your pictures, send your weight, send your measurements, and then you're going to log every day. It's 21 days, guys. And I promise, just like Erin says, if you want to see changes, you got to commit to yourself for 21 days. And that's what the commitment form is. So make sure if you haven't sent it, send it into the group, and Jill and I will log it for you guys too to help you out. The other thing I want you to really think about, and I posted this yesterday, is your why, okay? Your why. And it really, I would write it out. Write it down. Get markers, maybe take a picture of something that, you know, it could be like, I want to fit into these old pair of jeans. Pull the jeans out. Take a picture of the jeans. Maybe pull out a picture where you were wearing the jeans. Anything like that. That is, Jill, can you respond to Sheena?
Yeah.
Thanks. Anything that you, what was I going? Oh, anything that you want to do for your why. So like for me, it was to message my kid, or to message my kids. I was messaging Sheena. I've got to get off this. I want to play with my kids. I want to be focused with them. I want to be able to run with them. My kids are a big part of my why. Whatever your why is, you want to post that somewhere up, like on your fridge. You want to post it up in your bathroom, something that says it to you. Maybe it's you want to hit a goal weight, or you're working towards a goal weight. Maybe you're working to just feel healthier, to just have energy. I oftentimes will write goals with a expo marker on my bathroom mirror so that I can see that every day when I'm brushing my teeth, when I'm doing my makeup, when I'm fixing my hair, those types of things. I want to see it every day, okay? And so share that with your coach. Share that with us, because then that helps us to know what is it that you're working on. And so when you're having the hard days, you can lean into the group and you can say, but Lauren, remember, you know, was the ice cream worth it? Because ice cream gets me every time. Not gonna lie, that's my stressor. That is my total stressor. So when you're able to hold yourself accountable to those things, everybody can be there to encourage each other and support each other 100%. Which leads me to my next point. Why do you need your why? Your why is going to become so important in a couple days, because in a couple days, and maybe not in the next couple days, because the group like really kicks off on Monday, but your why is going to come in on either like Saturday night when it would be easier to grab pizza and have a couple drinks, or it's going to be on Wednesday when you're stressed. Like, I'm not going to lie, like tonight I smelled my neighbor grilling, and it reminded me of the days when we would grill bratwursts, and I'd eat it on like hot dog buns, and we'd make tater tots and like have macaroni salad. I kind of miss those days sometimes. It was delicious. And Jeff's like, what should I make for dinner? And I'm like, well, on our meal plan, we had turkey taco bowls. So let's eat our turkey taco bowls. They're hard days. I'm stressed. I'm tired. I normally on a stressful day, I would just dig into a bowl of ice cream and just shut it down and just be in my own funk. But I knew that I can't do that, right? I got to pull myself out of the funk. Maybe it means I go to bed a little bit earlier. Maybe I do some self-care with watching a show. Maybe I take a hot bath. There's other things that we can do. We're going to have hard days. They're going to come. And so how do we handle it? And so I know a lot of people that I speak to, emotional eating is a huge one. You know, you go and you grab something to eat. You go and you have a drink. You go and you go for ice cream. That's me. And so I know I have to have other things, and I have to have a why. I have to remember that. And I have accountability in my own house too. So my kids know that ice cream isn't bought every week anymore. Like, they know that, and they don't ask for that. Today the kids came home. I picked up my daughter from track and my son, and they were like, Mom, it's beautiful. We want ice cream. And I'm like, no, I'm really trying to be good. And they're like, okay, no problem. We're going to ask Dad. And they came home. They asked Dad. Dad took them. And he took them out there, and he knew I didn't want any ice cream. He asked me to be nice, and I'm like, no. And he's like, okay. He took the kids before I had 1 second to change my mind, which I was like this close. And he laughed, and he took them. They ate the ice cream there, and nobody brought anything in the house, which was another big win. So have that why, because it's totally going to help you on those hard days. And you need to know what it is and what it is that you can reach for. So like for me, an apple with peanut butter is a great go-to. It's crunchy. My peanut butter is sweet. My apple is sweet. That's what does it for me. Sometimes it's a banana. Sometimes it's yogurt with granola. Anything that can keep me going is good to know what those are. What is something that can substitute? Your Shakeology is going to be huge. So if you're drinking Shakeology, that is a game changer. It's totally going to change and curb your appetite, and it's going to help curb that sweet tooth too. And to be honest, sometimes I'll make a shake, and I'll make a little half a shake at night when I'm really, really craving something and I need chocolate. I'll make a small chocolate half a shake, and that does it every time. Does it every time. So those are just a couple of things I wanted to share with you guys. This weekend, I'm going to really want to work with you guys, and I'll work with my team or with my people. I know Jill will work with you on talking about nutrition, finding out the best plan for you. But what kind of questions do you guys have on nutrition? Maybe it's on grocery shopping, containers, anything, any questions that you guys have.
I don't know.
That's totally understandable. I think the key is to know that don't be overwhelmed by containers. So, and I don't know if, Lisa, are you doing containers? I can't remember.
Yes, I am.
Perfect. Okay. So,
and they arrived today.
Oh, yay. Okay, awesome. The container system, when I first started, was really overwhelming. There was so much information. And whether you're doing the Ultimate Portion Fix or you're watching or you're just on regular Beachbody, Shakeology, and BOD, which, Nikki, I know that's what we got for you to get you started, there is a lot of stuff out there to help you get started right. So make sure if you, Lisa, for you, are you doing Ultimate Portion Fix? Either way, if you're doing,
sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
One of these days I will figure out my phone. No, I'm not doing the Ultimate Portion Fix.
Okay, that's no problem. That's no problem.
Mm-hmm.
It is okay. So when you get into your BOD, under 21 Day Fix, there's a subheading called Materials. You want to dig in there. There you're going to find all the resources he has on your containers. What are the best foods for your containers? What are your options? And you're going to be able to figure out how many containers you need a day to base on your weight, and you'll be able to calculate that. All that's in there. So you want to have a good idea of how many containers do I need to eat a day. There is also a nutrition app for both Android and for iPhone. And you can go in there and you can either log if you were doing Tubi, or you could log if you're doing container system, and you can put in there how many containers you get a day, and it's easy to track your containers. I actually think maybe Jen is the one that posted something about how it's easy to track her containers. I think that you just kind of want to look at, sometimes I think when I started, I was like, I need to save all my containers. Like, I don't want to eat too many now or whatever. What I have found that works best for me, and so you kind of have to play with it, is that I need a solid breakfast. I need a solid breakfast, and I usually mix a red and a green and a yellow for breakfast. And that gets me started right. And if I don't have all that, I'm really hurting through the day because my blood sugar gets too low. So really think about utilizing some of them. They're best when they're paired together. It helps with macros, and it helps bring more the macros in that your body needs. But don't worry about, like, I need to hang on to all my containers, because then at the end of the day, you're kind of like, okay, now I've got to eat 3 greens and a red. And that is a really big salad with some protein or all the vegetables. Or sometimes you're like, okay, I need to eat an orange and a blue and a red, which is like a protein, a healthy fat, and seasoned dressings. Sometimes they can get really weird. So really take the time on the weekend to plan, what kinds of meals can I do? There's also on your Beachbody On Demand, there's a show called Fixate, and there's a ton of recipes on there. But when I got started, I found the best way would be like, for the first week, I'm just going to make simple things. I'm going to make roasted vegetables of all different kinds. I'm going to try roasted vegetables. I'm going to try frozen vegetables. I might make a salad one day. I'm going to cook just some meat of some sort. So pork loin, chicken, fish, shrimp. I'm going to just make those. And then I'm going to do like a sweet potato, or I might do a baked potato, or I might do brown rice. I might do quinoa. So those are very easy to make shift meals without getting overwhelmed. If like, okay, I'm going to make a meatloaf. Like how do I put in a teaspoon, and how do I do carb for, breading, or that kind of stuff can get really confusing. But if you look at the Fixate cookbook, there's some great ones in there, but you just have to work on planning that out. And then when I make my meal plan, I'll put it all out there on paper so I can put it on my fridge and it's easy to follow. And then my family knows what's for dinner too. And then I can easily make my lunches and easily make my breakfast. And I know if I follow my meal plan, I've hit all my containers. And so in the beginning, it might seem like it's a lot of work, but you're going to eventually keep them. Don't throw them away. Because a lot of times I'll pull, if I'm like struggling because we had a busy weekend, I'll pull an old meal plan out and be like, okay, that's what we're doing. And then I am able to grocery shop off of that.
Yeah, I say in our house, we have like 12 to 15 like solid meals. So if I do ever get to the point where I'm like, I don't know, then I have those set ones that I already have memorized. I don't have to, I'm to the point where I don't have to think about them. So it's good to have just like that set of your go-tos as well. Once you find the ones that you like and are easy.
Yeah, I totally agree. We're the same way. And maybe Jill, you and I can take some time over the next 3 weeks to share what some of those easy go-to meals are. Because those were the same exact way. And that's the turkey bowls tonight. Like our meals this week are all legit basic. It's been, I think he made lemon chicken last night. We had brown rice and frozen peas. It's,
Yep. Tonight we had baked Hawaiian chicken with roasted peas and corn.
Yeah. It's doesn't have to be complicated, you guys. And I think that was one of the things that I did a lot was I was like, I got to figure out how to, because you're trying to incorporate maybe some of the old recipes you did. I would really just make it simple. Lunches. Some of my go-to lunches are bag salad mix. And I'm going to give you guys this weekend some of my prep tips and stuff like that. But I really try to prep as much as I can in my fridge. I think that makes a huge difference. I work full time and we're busy. We've got kids that are always grabbing food. So I make sure that my fridge is like well stocked. So I usually cut up all my lettuce for the week. All my vegetables are bagged so I can easily grab those and go, and the kids can be the same way. But I'll shred chicken. I'll cook chicken in my Instapot and I'll shred that and I'll put that in a container so I can easily make a salad. So I'll do a 1.5 green in my salad to go. And then I call it my 4 ingredient salad, but I know sometimes people use 5. So I'll do my greens and my veggies that I'll put in there. And I usually do like 1.5. Then I'll put in garbanzo beans. So I'll do a yellow garbanzo beans. And then I'll do the shredded chicken, which is my red. And then sometimes if I need my orange, I'll put in like feta cheese or olives. No, orange is my salad dressing. My blue, I'll either put in feta cheese or olives. And then that's pretty much what I do. And then there's a ton of salad dressing recipes in the BOD Fixate cookbook too. We don't buy salad dressing anymore. The only one I'll do sometimes if I'm running out of time is like a Greek ranch yogurt for my kids. But usually for me, it's like a little bit of olive oil and some lemon juice, salt and pepper, and I'll just kind of whisk that together and put that on my salad dressing. That's an easy go-to recipe that I make a lot of times for my lunches. I'm a creature of habit, so I'm not very adventurous because I just kind of like the same things, and it keeps me on track and I know what I'm eating and it's super easy for me. But maybe Jill's a little bit more adventurous than I am.
No.
Yeah, I'm just a very much like, I like what I like. So,
Yeah.
and I'm the same with my Shakeology. Like some people are like, oh, I tried this recipe and I love this. And I get like on a kick. So like I think the one she posted today, half cafe latte, half vanilla, coconut milk, or what'd you put? Coconut milk. I can't remember. It's like what I make. It's exactly, and that's like my big thing right now. That's what I drink every day. In fact, one day my husband made my shake and I went and took a sip of it. I'm like, what is this? And he's like, it's chocolate. I'm like, oh, I always think that it tasted weird. I just was expecting what I drink. So anyway, and then one other thing I wanted to tell you was when you look at your food list, the top third of your list are the foods you want to stick with. Those are the ones that are going to keep you full the longest. So I know I've had a couple people message me and they're like, I'm so hungry. You shouldn't be. So a couple things I would say is your body's going to adjust to the food levels that you're bringing it. Don't starve yourself. Really eat every 2 to 3 hours because your blood sugar will get too low, and then that's where the hangry comes in. And when the hangry comes in, it's like all bets are off. I'm grabbing the quickest thing. That's because your body doesn't have enough nutrients that it needs. So, and especially like when you're craving something, people think, well, I'm craving something because I'm on my period, or, I haven't had it in so long. Well, there might be some of that, but it's really your body's craving nutrients. And so when you give your body the right nutrients and in the right increments of time, your body's going to get used to it and it's going to stay steady, and it's not going to be like, you need chocolate. So it helps a lot. Now, I'm not going to say it never says that, right? Because I think it's all mental, because I still think that if there's homemade cookies in my house, they literally call my name in the middle of the night. But it's just, those are some small tips that will help. And water, drink your water. Water's key. And yes, you will be peeing a lot, but it flushes out your system and it flushes out the toxins. One tip that I have found is I drink 8 ounces of lemon water every morning when I wake up. Get your body going. It gets it flowing. It's because your body's been in a state of rest for hopefully 7+ hours. I need to practice that. I have to practice what I preach on that. But it hasn't done anything. So it's really important too, especially if you work out in the morning, eat a little something. So sometimes I'll have like a hard-boiled egg, or I'll eat a half a banana with a little peanut butter. Sometimes it'll be a piece of toast. Sometimes I'll eat a half a piece of toast and leave the other half for my eggs later for breakfast. But when your body's been at rest, it needs something to kick that metabolism back in. So a little bit of water and something to eat, and your body's going. And so once your metabolism kicks in for the day, your body knows it's time to work. So if you go to work out and it's working off of nothing, some people are like, oh, that's really good. Well, kind of, but your body is holding on to stuff because it's not sure when you're going to feed it again. So that's why it's important to kind of eat and drink something in the morning when you wake up within an hour. I usually drink my water probably within the first 20 minutes after I wake up. Brush my teeth, I throw on my workout clothes, and I go downstairs, turn the lights on, turn my house alarm off, and I get my water. It's habit. Habits are going to be key. They'll be so key. They'll help you out a lot. So any other questions? I'm sorry, I did not mean to talk the whole time. I just wanted to kind of give you some good tips to get you started. Use the thread. Let us know what you need. Do you need recipe ideas? Do you need motivation? Let me and Jill know what you need so we can bring you guys the good stuff. Does that sound good? Do you guys have any questions? Nikki, how are you doing? You feeling good?
Yeah, I do. My problem is I'm not a breakfast person. I'm not a morning person whatsoever. what do I do in the mornings? Because I don't really work out until like the evening till after
Uh-huh.
kids. So I don't. That's where my fault is. I don't eat in the morning.
Okay. So I would start small. I would maybe even start with your shake in the morning. Okay, so when I started drinking my shake, it was a lot of liquid for me to drink all at once in like a 10-minute serving. So I went out and bought a Bubba cup from Target. They're like $15. You can get them, any type of cup like that. You don't have to spend anything on anything fancy. You can get them at Walmart even. It's an insulated cup. And I'll make my shake and I'll put it in my insulated cup. And I swear that if I make it in the morning, I'll sip on it from the time I leave. I might sip on it for a couple hours and it holds cold. So that might be a great way to get something going in the morning to kind of at least get your body going. That might be a great way. I would definitely drink a glass of water with lemon. That will help kickstart stuff. Maybe even like a half a piece of toast like a whole grain sprouted toast might be a great one to kick in. Or maybe even like a couple cuties, maybe even just a little fruit. But play around with it, see what would work better for you. It could even be like
we do hard-boiled eggs in the
Yeah.
morning a lot, and then we do like a cup of yogurt in the morning.
yeah.
Greek yogurt. Those are real quick for us in the morning to just grab and go out the door.
Yeah, that's what I usually need is just something to grab and go because I'm
Yeah.
always at it in the morning and then the afternoon I'm just like I don't do nothing.
Right. So we do that at our house. Those are usually our two go-tos in the morning because we're the same way. Like I don't
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of time. I don't make anything in the morning. It's got to be something that I can just grab. And then I use my shake for almost like a morning snack. So maybe like an hour or two after I have my breakfast, then I'll drink the shake, and that usually gets me through. I don't hardly ever feel hungry during the day with that.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
This is Lisa. I'm the same way. I'm not a morning person at all. And like you, I'm not a big breakfast person at all. So I have to kind of make myself eat. I found the quickest thing for me, to grab on the way to work is just a banana.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to think about it. Just grab it and go. It takes, 2 minutes to eat and you got your fuel that should carry you to lunch, hopefully.
That's awesome. So just watch your bananas. On the larger bananas, that's a half a banana is a fruit. Because some of the bananas are like super long, right? So just that's something to keep in mind when you're eating it. A half a banana is a fruit, but a banana is a great start. I do that sometimes too. At least I'll do that with my daughter a lot because I fight with her about eating breakfast. She's 13. So I was the same way though as a kid. And really, to be honest, I said all the time, I'm not a morning person. I hate breakfast. I don't need breakfast. And really, when you don't eat it, then your body just goes that you're fasting even longer. So it's holding on to everything. So try a couple different things, see what works best, so that it doesn't upset your stomach. The other thing I was going to say is I'm going to get you guys the recipe. I make, every once in a while, make these like carrot, they sound gross, but they're these carrot muffins and they're really, really good, like almost addicting good. But Jeff made them into mini ones and it ended up being like you could get 6 in a serving and it was like 1 veggie and like a third of a carb. But I'll get the recipe out there. They're really good. So you can make those on meal prep days. And so what I'll do on those, Nikki, is I'll throw them in the fridge, and I'll pull them out and I might throw it in the microwave for about 15 seconds and I take them to go in the wrap.
Some of the girls in one of my other groups too made the like the egg muffins too.
Yes.
Oh, I used to make those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good in the morning too.
Kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like those. Yeah.
Yeah, those are good ones too, Jill. Nice one. Good. What else? What other questions? Do you guys feel good with your shake recipes? Do you feel like you need more recipes?
This is Lisa. I have a question. Since I just got mine today, so I haven't had any. If you're just doing like a straight shake, like without changing up anything, keeping it just straight powder and milk and or water, what's really the best ratio? Like how many ounces of liquid per scoop makes it taste good and still kind of fills you up?
Okay, so it kind of varies based on how you like them. So obviously the thicker you like it, the less amount of fluid or liquids I would put in there. I don't like mine super thick, so I personally use a cup of water, a cup of coconut milk, and then a scoop of my Shakeology. But I'll be honest, and Jill and Sheena chime in if you feel the same way. I will tolerate it shaken. I don't like it shaken. I only have been able to tolerate it because I've been drinking it for 3 years. So you might be way different. I always tell people blend it. Blend it is the key, and then it tastes super good. You're not going to want it any other way. So that does take a few more minutes, but I blend it with a little bit of ice, and it's delicious that way. And it's easy to allow yourself to use it more throughout the morning than like if I'm traveling and I just shake it, I literally pound it as fast as I can. So, but that's me. So,
I've never used my blender, ever. I don't know. I've used my blender maybe 5 times ever.
So
but
yeah,
I am also the one that's like getting it as I'm walking out the door. So
yeah, it's all
I've
preference.
learned that I can make it the night before and put it in the fridge. I like it way better when I make it the night before, because then I don't know if it like just dissolves more or what. But
Yeah.
I make mine the night before, but I don't use the blender.
I'm also the same as Lauren. I always blend mine. I
know everyone thinks I'm really weird because I don't use the blender.
I don't think I've ever had it shaken
for that
because I don't drink almond milk. I don't buy it, and so if I were to mix it with milk, I don't know, it just would be weird. And I'm a weirdo because I don't want to waste a carb on milk. So
the Fairlife milk is best if you don't want high carb milk. It's more expensive, but to me it's totally worth it because it's lower carbs and it has a lot of protein in it, so it helps fill you up.
What kind is that?
It's called Fairlife.
Huh.
It's ultra filtered
Fairlife
milk, so it takes out a lot of the sugars and carbs.
It's made up by you,
and it's got a lot of the protein, and it comes in like 2%, 1%. I get the non-fat, and it also comes in chocolate milk.
Yeah.
And it tastes just like milk.
Okay, I have to remember that. I'm going to write that down. I like to always get ideas for challengers when they ask me. P.S. We have like 3 minutes before this will kick us off because I have only like a 40-minute Zoom one. But what I wanted to say to that was when you use regular milk, and I'd have to look at the Fairlife milk, Lisa, but when you use regular milk, like Sheena says, that's a yellow. When you use unsweetened almond or unsweetened coconut milk, it's a teaspoon. So it's a huge difference. Because I'm the same way. I hold my carbs like they're gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know about the Fairlife because I know that hold on, I will actually check right now. I can get off and look. I've got it in the fridge. It's one of
I think
like
Fairlife
2 things
is made
I have
up
in my fridge.
in north of Lafayette at Fair Oaks Farms. I think
Is
it's made
it?
in Indiana.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll have to.
All right, so okay, you guys, it's got less sugar than almond milk and more protein than almond milk. It's got 13 grams of protein, 6 total carbs, 6 sugars.
Which is really good because in the Ultimate Portion Fix, she talks about what to look for. And she says, look for more than 12 grams of protein and look for less than 8 grams of sugar. So that's really
awesome.
That's really good. Yeah, that's awesome. So try it out, Lisa. See what you like. Like I said, my daughter does not like a lot of liquid. She likes hers a little bit thicker. So I use approximately about a cup of liquid for her shake, and it's thicker. I like mine a little bit more milky-ish, more frothy-ish, and I use 2 cups. So play around with it. And then if you blend it, of course, the more ice you add, the thicker it gets. So
gotcha. Okay.
All right. It's going to hop us off here because it has less than just a minute. So I hope this was helpful. we will do this again. If you have any more questions, always don't hesitate to let us know. We are here to help you 100% of the way, okay? So let's rock this weekend out. Let's get prepped up, and we will get ready to start on Monday. I'm so excited, you guys.
Great. Me too. Thanks, Lauren.
You're welcome. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, I'm going to take a quick pic if I can. Perfect. I miss Lisa, but we'll get her in there. I'll tag her. All right. Bye, guys.